And the father's letter didn't help. The father's letter didn't help. His father's letter in saying that his son, I understand from his father's perspective, if he feels that his son isn't racist and he's trying to protect his son from being mischaracterized in the press of not being racist. But then, doing a description and a litany of black people that he knows. Or saying, I ran into some black kids and asked them how they know my son, and he says they mentor him. That doesn't help.
No.
It doesn't help. You don't justify being prejudiced or by I know black people.
Because you can know black people and still be afraid. I love the idea that, like, I have black friends. It's like, so what? Yeah, I remember my mom had black friends. Like I said, I always think about the story when my mom was told by her good friend at the time, like when she saw a good friend marching against a school that had black people in the school, them marching, niggas gotta go. And then when she confronted her friend about it, she was like, oh, I'm not talking about you. You're fine. I'm not talking about you. So yeah, you can have black friends and still be terrified of black people. So that's never an argument. That's never an argument to make. Never minority drop to me when we're in the middle of this.
So here's some, just in terms of what people, I think, should do. In addition to us continue to talk about it, and we'll continue to talk about it on the show to continue to not let it go away. There's, options of, I think the family has a legal defense fund because there's going to be legal fees in terms of trying to pursue this. Because even if the state doesn't go for it, I imagine that they could sue, against his civil rights or, wrongful death. There's other probably legal options that they can do.
Right.
And so there will be that. There is calling the state attorney and the Justice Department because the federal government can intervene possibly on the family's behalf, or if the state attorney is not pursuing in this. I mean, I still believe at some point, and I guess this is just my naive hope, that the reason why they turned it over to the state's attorney so quickly is because of all of the allegations they've had in the past, and with this case, that they just wanted to turn it over and let it be handled objectively. At least that's what the only way I can think of is sort of why they turned it over and didn't pursue it themselves. And so there's an option of that. I've seen on Twitter and seen in other news things or whatever, people are doing like this mobilization to send Skittles to the chief off to the police department and things like that.
That's a bit too snarky for my liking at this point.
Yeah, I don't.
And I mean, as someone who peddles in snark, I'm not.
No.
I'm not sending Skittles.
No, yeah. I think in this aspect there should be some concrete things, that continuing to raise awareness, continue to talk about it, and talk about the issues surrounding it, and not just amongst ourselves. I think this case is a perfect opportunity to talk from a broader community about what black mothers have to tell their black, sort of what people have to deal with, and the different set of rules that they have to live by. And this could be the result if we don't. I think that provides a perfect opportunity to talk about that. And not only within ourselves, because we know that. We talking in this room to each other. I know that if, I tell my brothers, or I will have to tell my future son to operate in a different way than his white counterparts, or, some other folks. I don't know if everybody knows that. I don't know if my white counterparts have to do the same thing to their children. And to be able to talk about that in that broader context is a perfect opportunity to do that.
Right.